As for the play time, it was expected to be about 25 hours for the main story, 30 to 50 hours. I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that. That's a lot. That's longer than the main game. The most impressive part is the difficult boss fights, where parrying and dodging are important depending on the timing, but it doesn't specifically say Souls-like. So what is the final balance of the launch build? And what kind of experience does Celebrade's action pursue? Anyone who likes action adventure can do it, or can beat the game. And the combat is not as easy as it seems. And it is not a style where only the player attacks, but also a form of using skill while identifying and dodging the enemy attacks. There's also a difficulty adjustment to support function so you can enjoy the story comfortably. And of course, various preparations have been made so as not to spoil the fun in this process. In addition to flashy skills and cool combos, parrying and dodging don't just end there, but there's also a skill derived from them so that you will be able to enjoy a gorgeous and speedy battle after the end of the game. However, at the beginning of the game, it is better to pay close attention to the enemy's movements, patterns, and so on. They said after the end of the game, but this is translated, so you know it's probably loosey-goosey. When parrying or finishing the game, I could see the values labeled BE, BU, decrease and increase. So they're talking about those meters that I didn't know what they were. Yeah, because when she dodges something, or like perfect dodge is what I think they call it, you get like a blip back of something. So they're going to talk about it. The gauges you mentioned are beta energy and burst gauges. Beta energy is generated when parrying or attacking, and depending on this energy, you can use beta skills that can be enhanced in the skill tree. Hold on, let me read it, because they're saying that the gauge that you build from parrying and attacking builds up like your ability skill, kind of like a special meter. Let me read it again. The gauges you mentioned are beta energy and burst gauges. Beta energy is generated when parrying or attacking, and depending on the energy, you can use beta skills that can be enhanced in the skill tree. The burst gauge is a gauge that fills up when a boss or enemy uses a special skill, and it fills up when you respond or just dodge. You can use this gauge to perform a skill that follows from dodging and parrying. We're going to have to see how it plays out. As an action adventure game, playing out in the field on the map is important. So how did you design the field in the game? Please let us know if there are any important elements such as exploration elements, gimmicks, and or player movements. And he responds, when you first start the game, there are many places to explore in a large area, but since this is an action adventure game, it progresses relatively linearly. At first, you'll get to progress in a linear manner like this, and you'll find the first city, Zion, during the boss battle. You will explore semi-open worlds called a wasteland and a great desert. So when I was like making my gripes about the environment, it seems like that is just one of the semi-open world areas. It is a mixture of linear play for the sake of narrative and open world. It is called half open world from the inside, and it can be seen as a format in which open world elements are added in the progression of the action adventure. Basically, what I'm getting from this is they're saying that they do have large sandbox areas. I don't know exactly to what degree, but what it sounds like to me, piecing the trailer, it sounds like the main Zion town, the side quests are going to be allotted to the sand, the desert, and the wastelands, and those are like largely the more open areas and less linear and just for exploration. And I think they're just dedicated to the town and side quests. That's what I'm getting from this. There is also daily content, so you can fish and make costumes. So yeah, you can fish. You can fish. There's a fishing. Well, we don't know what type of fishing it is, right? Is it going to be a mini game fishing? Or throughout the game, you'll meet NPCs who need Eve's help. The player has the freedom to help them. Do they have any effect on the main story? It doesn't change the main story, but it will affect the village trailer. We're going to watch those trailers back, because after learning the tidbits we've been fed over the past couple days, you can watch back those trailers and actually have more of an idea of what's happening. Seems there are various costumes, but are they just visual elements or do they have any actual performance? And he responds, I don't want them to wear only certain costumes or certain outfits. So the costumes and performance have nothing to do with each other. So costumes are just flat out treasures. And they talking about the language. There's 9 languages and 22 subtitles. And talking about the collaboration with Sony. And I think that's pretty much it. Right, this is IGN Japan. I think this is more or less the same interview, but I'm just like, I'm gonna skim it real quick. When it comes to the visuals of each area, we were particular about the precision of details. We focus on high density so that you can enjoy high quality visuals wherever you look. Now, I never said that the graphics were bad. I never said that I thought the graphics were bad. I just said that I thought that they looked uninspired. But there are more than these 2 areas. These aren't the only areas in this game. And we're going to watch the other trailers and just, you know, we're going to see that because I forgot how hyped those trailers were. The beginning of the game's a linear structure. It gives a lot more expressions. Yeah, we just read that. The official website say that the key to boss battles is not only strength, but also intelligence. But does that mean the boss battles have elements like puzzle solving? Boss fights are one of the most important aspects of Stellar Blade. Each boss has a unique attack pattern, and it's not just a matter of guarding it. There are a variety of gimmicks available, so the player can acquire a variety of skills and use them to create chances. In some situations, the boss's skill may be interrupted in the middle to fight back. I won't give those specific examples because it'll be a spoiler, but the boss fights are very strong. Sounds pretty cool to me. Sounds pretty cool to me, you know? And that's it. That's the only new stuff. We got that little tidbit about the boss fights, where I guess bosses will like throw out attacks, and I guess like certain whatevers can interrupt their attacks. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good one. So let me get the trailers running. I remember when I first saw this game, I think Mortal Kombat 11 was like, it's been out. Mortal Kombat 11 been out, but I think it was like a year or 2 out. I'm gonna say that this has to be like end game, right? This has to be like end game, right? Like this is too crazy. Like you're out in the middle of space, but they are like in a colony away from the Earth, so maybe not. Maybe not.
계신 어머니시여, 저희는 지구를 지키지 못했습니다.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Remember when I was complaining the other day saying like, oh, then yeah, it just doesn't look all that all inspiring and da 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 bleep 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 bloop. All I had to do was watch the previous trailers, but it's been so long since I've seen them. This is good. This is the shit I want to see. This is a video game. Hold on, is it too loud? Look at this shit. Stay lounge. Look at this shit. Oh man. You hear how PlayStation 2 this bullshit song is? Here's a platforming.
마더스피어의 구원을 아직 기다리고 있는 거야.
이브 조심해. 전방에서 뭔가가 곧 무너지겠어.
Oh, hold on. Let me look at that stage real quick. It's also like maybe not a good sense of what to expect because this was like, you know, not like, but this was 3 years ago. And presumably a lot of things have changed since then. So we're just trying to get a feel. Bad choice of words. I actually like the stages here. I actually like how vivid the stage is. Holy shit! Hold it. Did you look at the life bar? Did you look at the life bar right there? Did you look at the life bar? Look at this life bar right here. We get to see her take damage. Can't put my mouse here because it's gonna bring up the scrub. Look at the bottom left. Okay. Sorry for slowing it down right here, but this is what they were talking about. Attacking and I think it was parrying. Attacking and parrying builds up like your special attack gauge or burst gauge. And you'll see it on the bottom left, the second meter when she does the lunge. Right here. It went up a little bit, just a little bit. And presumably that meter, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying to comprehend. That meter is a gauge that allows you to perform special moves out of a perfect dodge or parry. We also have personality here. We don't know if she's like just a pushover or just like a weakling or just a whatever. We don't really know, but she's being cocky right here, right? She's being cocky. He said, I guess I toyed with it a little bit, a little too much or something. What did he say?
뭐 살살 가긴 그랬지.
Yeah, so he's got a little attitude. A little bit.
여기야.
당신이 왜 이곳에?
설마. 이브, 저건 알파 네이티브야.
Cool. This game has quick time events. We've been known this. We'll put it on slower than this, because yeah, this game is a complete ass game. Assuming that all of this is still in the game, this is a complete ass, bad choice of words, but this is a fully complete game, and it's shaping up to be really exciting. I went from not really anticipating it too much to being the one game that I'm keeping tabs on, to now I'm just like thoroughly awaiting it. Is it me or those symbols at the bottom that they changed? Because it was like, maybe they changed the way they operated. But when he's taking hits, he's losing that third bar at the bottom. If it were to coincide with anything, it means that when you perfect dodge or parry something, no, I think it was just perfect dodge and land attacks, you build your riposte special gauge. So what this means that you're losing is you're losing your special gauge when you get hit. I think that's what's happening. Also, I want to look at the damage he's taking. Even though they probably rebalanced the hell out of this. He's not taking any damage. I'm so busy looking at the meter and I'm not looking at what's happening. Can confirm you do get more health. Her health bar is growing like crazy. So you do get some sort of stat boost. Took a hit, lost meter. Wait, she took a hit but she didn't lose health. Look at this stylish son of a, look at this stylish mother sucker right here. Look at this. She's over here playing possum. She's playing possum in these trailers, pretending like she ain't just over here just with a bag full of attitude, playing possum, pretending like she ain't got a character. Hopefully. And blood. A lot of blood. Anyway, that's the end of this trailer. Look at this possum playing son of a gun or daughter of a gun, pretending like she has no personality, like she has no bag, out here flossing, out here showing just nothing but attitude in the first trailer. She said, I'm gonna stab you and then pose on you. Alright, she took out his eyeball or his heart and then pose. She didn't have to pose like that. She had to do him like that. She took out his brain and then decided, I'm gonna strike a pose. Alright, next trailer.
그날은 갑자기 찾아왔지. 그놈들은 무자비했고 인간들은 무력했어. 인류는 형편없이 무너져갔네.
조심해. 리스팅되지 않는 네이티브야. 아담, 뒤로 물러나. 마더스피는 절대적이야. 이 레거시는 믿을 수 없어요. 그렇죠?
There's that the quick time event section. Sections like this I believe are going to be tailored to all the quick time events. I don't think that the battles, the boss fights are going to have quick times. I guess technically, but I think it's more just like stagger period. But these sections are probably going to have you pressing it, you know, a bunch of different buttons and shit. Probably. Go back.
아담, 뒤로 물러나.
Look at how big this area looks. What is this area? This is that Zion, the Great Desert location. Presumably, this is that semi-open world spot where you get all your side quests, or you know, do your side quest biddings at.
마더스피는 절대적이야. 이 레거시는 믿을 수 없어요. 그렇죠? 그렇다고 말해줘요.
여기 있는 누구나 그 손길이 닿은 적은 없어. 모두 버려진 것.
Damn, look how much more polished it looks in this trailer compared to the first.
콜로니의 천사여, 이번에는 우리를 구원할 수 있겠는가?
Can you believe that this is the last trailer we had from 2022 all the way up until just a couple days ago? We're gonna watch this Stellar Blade boss fight. So this is still the longest most uncut footage that we have of the game yet. So we might be able to do a lot of digging with this one. I will say that the music leaves a lot to be desired here, but can't judge. Won't judge. Also, the UI is completely different. Okay, so assuming that those 3 bars at the top left are the same as it is in the current build of the game. Bottom, the blue meter is likely your special moves. I don't know what the fuck this is. Because 1 meter you build by doing dodges, and it builds another meter. What the fuck? What did they say? Beta energy is what fills up when you are parrying and attacking, and you can use beta skills, which you earn from the skill tree, or you strengthen from the skill tree. That is the end of that. The burst gauge is a gauge that fills up when a boss or an enemy uses a special skill. A color appears on the screen and you respond accordingly, or do a just evasion. This gauge is used when using a skill following a parry or evasion. I don't get it. So it's a gauge that depends on what your enemy does, and it builds up the more your enemy does the things. But you can only use the gauge by responding to something that you can just dodge. A color appears on a screen and you respond accordingly or do a just evasion. This gauge is used when using a skill following parrying or evasion. But you also have a different set of skills that you can use just by parrying and attacking. So that's the one of those bars. Why is there a fourth bar? What the why is there suddenly a fourth bar? So there, she parried all of that, presumably, because the second bar was filling up the whole time and she took no damage. And her blue gauge build, and I don't know. Damn, we took a lot of damage. Okay, she did some shit right there. Okay, she teleports. Doesn't lose any meter there for that teleport. You son of a bitch. Let me see the healing animation. There is none. There was none, at least. Maybe there is now. Damn, back here, there's just so much jiggling, man. There's just so much. I will never complain about this, by the way. I'm just saying, like, it actually makes the game look like it's a lot smoother than it probably is. Back then, especially. It makes the game look really smooth. But maybe I'm just being biased. Did another dodge. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be representative of the full game. I don't think it is. So there's that skill. It has to be. That has to be the skill. That has to be the riposte skill after a just dodge. It has to be. Alright, well that's pretty much that. That's the end of it. Not really much to take away because it seems like the rules may have changed from then till now. So it's not much to take away from it, but you know, cool to get a sense of what the game was like. Yeah, the game the stages particularly looked really good in that first trailer, you know. I'm glad that it gets away from the desert and all that stuff. But anyways, let's move over to the main event. So to the main event, or at least the last event. So if you go to the PSN store, you could just find out. Yeah, you can just find out details about the game. All the features. This game has a practice mode. And based on everything that was said, they're chalking up these boss fights to be like maybe a spectacle or maybe just like a challenge or whatever the case. They're saying that the official site that they're meant to be a challenge, to expect a challenge. They have adjustable difficulty, as you see right here. But the practice mode, with all of that combined, and before not really knowing what type of game this was trying to be, at the very least, I can say that I'm all in. What spells confidence more than having a practice mode? It's just only two things that need to be said. You said that they expect a challenge, and also we have a practice mode. Cool. I guess I'm in. Already like the aesthetic of the game. I like, I was already halfway in. And of course, tutorial reminders, control reminders, simplified quick time events. You can reduce the level of challenge for quick time events, actions where you must match the on-screen prompt within a time limit. And again, I think those are based on those runaway platforming type of areas with like the Tomb Raider and Nathan Drake New Age PS3 style. I think that's what that's mostly dedicated towards. We saw a bit of it in the first trailer. Control scheme. Playable without rapid button press. In the game, you navigate the menus in the game without needing to press the buttons rapidly or within a time limit. So there's going to be no opening, going through a corridor and it's a random locker blocking the path and you have to mash button to move the locker out. Like that seems like that's not going to be in here. That's what I'm thinking this is alluding to. Playable without motion controls, touch controls, vibration, adaptive triggers. Yeah, all good. All to the good. Because you got subtitles and all that stuff. And auto. Color alternatives. You don't need to rely on understanding the color to play the game, or importance of colors can be changed to make them easier to tell apart. I hope that's like talking about the UI. I hope it is. Maybe some people like it, but I like my games looking more like video games, personally. High contrast, visuals, character enemies and items, and interactive objects are easier to see against the environment. Okay. Visual comfort. You can play without camera movement and effects during gameplay that might result in visual discomfort. So that's probably screen shaking, motion blur perhaps. Good to know, good to have. But my main takeaway from this is that there is a practice mode. Yeah. Practice mode and fishing. What else do you need to have? Without further ado, may peace be with. Always keep your heads up. This is those posts. Adios, stay cool. And if you like this content, be sure to show some love. But always be sure to show that love to the people who matter to you. This is ITOwl bidding you much love and farewell. Peace, much love, and stay cool. Deuces.